Lecture session on anti-doping by.
So at the end of the lecture, if you have questions, you can also ask. Basically, what we're trying to talk about is that as athletes, you need to participate in sports cleanly. That is, you have to participate in clean sports. And what does clean sport mean? Clean sport means you're participating or competing fairly, you're participating or competing with integrity, and you're participating by respecting yourself and respecting your teammates and other participants around you. So athletes have to be involved in clean sport all the time in order to avoid doping, in order to avoid drugs. Now you need to understand that doping does not only mean when you take drug to take advantage of others. Doping can also mean when you try to use a particular drug, even when you have not tested positive for it, but you have used it. That could also mean doping. Now doping can also mean you're trying to refuse to go for testing, especially when you become a professional athlete or a professional footballer. Refusal to go for doping test is also a form of doping. Now, doping can also mean you're in possession of a banned item, of a banned drug. That is, you have not used the drug yet, but it is in your possession. That's also a form of doping. Now, doping can also mean you're trying to transport the drug to some people. You're not using it, but you're trying to transport or give it to someone else. It's also a form of doping. Now, it can also mean you're trying to administer the drug to someone else. That is, you are not administering it on yourself, but you're administering it to someone else. It's also a form of doping. Now, doping can also mean you're complicit. That is, you're trying to cover up for someone else. Probably a teammate or a friend has used a drug, and you're trying to cover up for the person by lying to the agencies that he or she has not taken the drug. It's also a form of doping. Now, doping can also mean you're associating with people who have been suspended or banned. An athlete who has been suspended, you're also associating with such an athlete. It's also a form of doping. And then doping can also mean you're trying to threaten someone not to give certain information to the required organizations. So any of these rules that is broken can also be referred to as a form of doping. Now, at this particular stage of your career, we usually recommend that food should be the real deal. At this stage, you might not even need any form of supplements. Just take a healthy diet, a balanced diet, and water. So you might not even need drugs or supplements to enhance your performance. At this stage, you're still producing hormones. At this stage, healthy diet should still be able to energize you. A balanced diet should be able to aid your performance. So at this age, you don't need drugs. You might not even need supplements. Now, even if you're going to take supplements, you have to be extremely careful, because some certain supplements can contain some chemical contents that have been banned by the World Anti-Doping Agency. And the World Anti-Doping Agency is the doping control of sport in the world. All right, so if you have to take supplement, please ensure that you consult with your sport doctor or with your team coach to ensure that the supplement you're taking it does not contain any banned or prohibited substance. But recommendedly, at your age, please take a healthy diet, a balanced diet, and water. And then you might need to be careful with the use of energy drinks. Now, energy drinks contain caffeine. And at the moment, caffeine is not banned by WADA, but caffeine has to be controlled by athletes. Because when caffeine gets to a certain stage in the urine sample, it could become a doping substance. So at this stage, please watch how you consume energy drinks. Personally, I will recommend consume sports drinks or just water. Because by the time you get addicted to taking energy drinks which contains caffeine, you might find it difficult to stop at the end of the day. And when caffeine is much in the urine sample, it becomes a doping substance. So please, at this stage, get used to water or get used to sport drink. The reason is because now sport drink will hydrate you or rehydrate you when you are dehydrated. Energy drink will not rehydrate you, but a sport drink or water will rehydrate you when you become dehydrated. So please take much of water and less of energy drinks. All right, so what are the things expected of you as an athlete? How can you actually do what? Also help us propagate the message of anti-doping. One is the fact that please respect the rule of sportsmanship. See your teammates, see your opponents as your friends. So respect the rules of sportsmanship. Then set realistic targets for yourself. When you set unrealistic targets for yourself, you put yourself under pressure. So you want to do one or two things to do what? To meet that target. You want to cheat to meet that target. So set realistic targets for yourself. And then watch the kind of friends you move with. Friends can actually influence you to take drugs and some other banned substances. So watch the kind of friends you actually move with. Then when you're being trained, please adhere to your coach's instruction, because they try to give you the proper instruction. So adhere to coach's instruction at all times. And then when you have a problem, please have a support system. Have a support system, someone you can talk to or talk with if there's a particular problem, so that your mental health will not be dealt with. So have a support system. It could be your friend, it could be your coach, it could be your parents. Have someone you can actually talk to when you have a particular problem, so that you can have that problem solved. And then if you need to get help from specialists, probably from sports nutritionists or from sport doctors that can guide you on how to take a healthy diet, please get help from nutritionists as well. And then the last part is the fact that now if you have or if you know someone who is actually using drug, or know someone who's actually cheating to play football, please report. Don't try to cover up or don't try to hide the information. Report and let your organization know, so that they will be able to tackle the problem as at when due. So in summary, what we're trying to tell you is that sport is teaching us about life. And in life, you win some and you do what? And you lose some. So when you win, you celebrate. And when you lose, don't get depressed. It's a lesson. So pick a lesson from it, move ahead, and then you win the next one. So please play sport the clean way. So together we can maintain fairness, and together we can actually inspire others to also play clean sport. So thank you very much. All right, so